figured out how to cut the sides of it myself, which I was very quick. But I've been too timid to try to cut the top.
Just do it, man. Your life will be better.
The top doesn't really bother me that much. The sides, I'm glad to be rid of. But
yeah. when I finally did the whole thing, one of my 2-year-old daughters was like, "Daddy, I don't like it. Put the hair back."
Every time I cut my hair, my son spends the next day just rubbing the back of my head because I cut it pretty short.
All right, can everyone hear me?
We can.
Excellent. I am learning how to get YouTube live streaming working. There's a little bit of gymnastics, but I believe we are currently live around the world.
Wow. So did you make them all pink?
Yes, around the world.
I mean, yes, because those are the pain.
It's the Code for Boston global premiere. I have no idea if people are going to watch this or not watch this, but it will be forever saved for posterity, as long as they deposit this in the Library of Congress.
Hey, Matt, has anyone put the link in Slack?
I put the old link in Slack, or sorry, I put the
there's the one that's like 2 weeks ago, but I haven't seen today's link.
Oh, I have not today posted the link for today's Zoom, but I previously posted the link for today's Zoom, and it also got blasted to folks over email.
Oh, so you did
as
email
well.
But also the CFB room will always point to the right place, right?
Yeah, in the CFB room, I've been keeping updated.
Yeah.
So folks should have multiple vectors. I'm not sure if more or less folks are gonna participate in the in the Zoom if I try the Facebook live stream or not, but I figure let's give folks both options and see how it goes. All right, so I just gotta get the screen share ready. The webinar, and then a long time ago in a tab far, far away, I had the opening presentation open. Let's see, presenter view. All right,
you have a minute.
Sorry. All right, no pressure, no pressure. Let's see, share screen, and then I can choose. Ooh, I don't like that. It shares your window in the aspect ratio that the window currently sits in. So I have to resize this to make me happy. Okay. So I can share it that way with that one. All right, everyone can see the slideshow now?
Yes.
Yep.
Excellent. And I still have 5 seconds to spare to start on time. All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Code for Boston. My name is Matt, and I am on the leadership team here at Code for Boston, along with Harlan. We have Annie. We got Alex. I think Thad's somewhere in there. And so if you have any questions, need help with anything, feel free to message one of us, and we'll be more than happy to help you. The way this is going to work is we're going to have announcements, and then after the announcements, we are going to go ahead and do some project updates. And after project updates, new folks can stick around in here, and we'll do new member orientation. New member orientation is not going to be recorded and streamed on YouTube. That's more of a collaborative thing for us, but it's a way to help sort of get you situated with Code for Boston and set up, with a project you might be interested in. So that being said, let's start with announcements. First and foremost, read our code of conduct. The gist of our code of conduct is you should feel respected. You should be respectful to each other. And if you aren't being respected, or if folks aren't being respectful with you, then talk to one of us on leadership. We are empowered to enforce the code of conduct up to and including giving people the boot. Next, make sure to RSVP on meetup.com/code for Boston. If you have a couple minutes to do this, it helps get folks to learn about us, because the more people that RSVP on Meetup, the more Meetup sort of juices our statistics in the algorithm and invites folks to be with us. Also, we're going to try and tweet out and share on Facebook and LinkedIn and social media more of our links for the RSVPing, so folks are aware of them. So if you have accounts on other social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can get the live stream announcements there, retweet our tweets. It really does make a difference. It helps tell your friends about us. It's a great way for them to learn about what's going on. If you want to be in the announcements, you should definitely RSVP on Zoom. If I keep, doing the YouTube live stream, then, if you're a regular, you can watch on YouTube. But if you're a new person, you definitely want to be on the Zoom. And we also need our project leads to do that as well. All right, fundraising. So Harlan and I do a bunch of the fundraising. And so first and foremost, you can talk to us if you're interested in sponsoring Code for Boston. We do sponsored workshops. We will do a sponsored month of Code for Boston. Folks have engaged with us in many different ways. And folks can donate to us directly with using a credit card at codeforboston.org. However, if you have money in your Venmo and you're not really doing much with it, you can Venmo me at Matthew-Zagaya, and those funds will get matched. Over the past 4 months or so, we raised about $1,000 through Venmo, so that was really great that folks have pitched in that way. Other announcements. Will, would you like to share some news, Will Pfeffer?
Sure. Thanks, Matt. So today, this is my last week at Bari. On Wednesday of this coming week, I'm starting a new position as a senior program manager at Code for America. I'll be responsible for the Eastern region and brigade. So I will be the liaison between CFA National and all of the brigades on the East Coast. But I will, of course, stay based in Boston and will continue to participate in Code for Boston, which also reminds me, Bari at Northeastern is hiring to replace me, and that job has been posted in the jobs channel. So definitely apply for it and let me know if you have any questions about it.
Great. And Will, am I right in thinking we don't have a Bari session this week? Those are over, or?
No, we actually do have a Bari session this week. I can just continue to talk. The Bari the Bari session this week is actually really interesting. It's at a different time. It's at 11 a.m. instead of 3:30 p.m. We're doing them in blocks of 4. So this is a keynote introducing the next block of 4. But it is moderated by Tiziana Deering, who's the host of Radio Boston on WBUR. And the panelists are Paul Grogan, who is the CEO of the Boston Foundation, City Councilor Michelle Wu, Tanisha Sullivan, who's the president of the Boston chapter of the NAACP, and then Catherine Lusk, who's the co-director of the Initiative on Cities at Boston University. That one's called Boston Innovation, Past, Present, and Future. So that should be a really interesting one. And if you've already signed up for the Bari conference, you'll already get an email about it. But if not, you can find it on the Bari website.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Will. We're super excited that you're going to be joining the mothership, even if it is remotely. It's really great that folks have gotten involved and liked it enough to the point that they're now taking jobs in nonprofit and government. And so that's, one of our missions is getting folks into mission driven work. And as folks get involved here and as opportunities open up, like Will's old job, we're going to try and keep those publicized as folks think about sort of their career changes with things. That being said, another thing we're going to keep doing is workshops. So we have a GitHub workshop coming up on May 21st. Brian Sanders is going to be running the GitHub workshop. Brian, do you want to say a couple words about the GitHub workshop on Thursday?
Sure. I should say it's mostly a Git workshop. There will be some GitHub, of course, but it's primarily about Git. And it's for people who basically know how to use Git. And as long as things are going okay, things are going okay. And as soon as things kind of go off the rails, you don't necessarily know exactly what to do or how to get things back. So it's kind of an intermediate level to workshop. And we'll talk a little bit about the internals of Git, just enough to kind of make it clear that you can feel safe with Git.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian. So we will email out and share in Slack the Zoom RSVP link for that workshop. I just made it like 2 hours ago. So we'll get that publicized through sort of all the usual channels. Feel free to share it with all your friends. And also, folks have asked, is it okay to invite my friends to Code for Boston, even if they're not in Boston? Just want everyone to know it is perfectly okay for folks to participate here at Code for Boston, no matter where they're from, as long as they support our mission, support our local sports teams like the Red Sox, and want to do some good in the world. They're perfectly welcome to come hang out with us at Code for Boston, code on some cool projects, and participate. We'll still give them the new member orientation that everyone gets. And I think projects are more than happy to have people, especially now that in person is not something we've been doing. The remote participation becomes less of a barrier than it was. So that being said, project updates. Let's start with, is anyone here from my city to give an update? I know they're not accepting new folks this week. All right, no one from the My City voice app this week. What about Safe Water Project, Francois?
Hi all. Tonight we'll split our team in 3 groups. One group is working on redeploying an app that predicts if it's safe to swim or to boat on the charts based on live data from a weather station and USGS. One group is doing user research and will finalize a survey for our partners' constituents. And the last group is working on a concept to improve the capacity of our partner with the Charles River Watershed Association to share its open environmental data with the world. So we are looking tonight for folks that are experienced in PHP and Heroku, specifically deploying PHP websites to Heroku. Folks that know Python and Flask, that their any skills levels are welcome, and folks that know GIS.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thanks. Next, harm reduction. Anyone here from harm reduction? Going once, going twice. All right, job hopper.
Yeah, hi. So last week we spent some time, split the team into 2 to work on personas and a data deep dive. This week we have more stakeholder interviews. And so we will be accepting new members, but mostly to read the Slack channel and potentially hop in and listen. There won't be a space for me to do any specific orientation of them, but you're all welcome to join us and see what's going on. Just Slack me before you jump in.
Cool. Thanks, Annie. Plug along.
Hi. I think this week we will continue what we were doing last week, creating mostly content views, terms of service, exciting things like that, privacy policy, and perhaps some more forms on the various app stores.
Excellent.
I know that sounds great.
I'm excited at least. Clean slate.
Keep it up, Brian.
Yeah, so last week was a little bit of trouble for us. The Slack went down around the time of our meeting, but we still managed to have a pretty productive week. We met with our contact at GBLS to get some feedback on both our sealing and expungement app progress. We're looking to get our sealing app in front of users so we can start gathering feedback on it. And we've learned some new things about the expungement process that we're going to use as we continue working on the design. And hopefully our data team will be able to move forward this week as well on some new data we received.
That is awesome. All right, windfall awareness.
Yeah, thanks. So the Windfall Awareness Project last week was able to get a first proof of concept for interacting from the sacalculator.org with the official C++ Windows-based Social Security calculator so that we can get very accurate numbers for retirees coming from Massachusetts and elsewhere. And this week we look to continue that work and kind of build on the proof of concept. So looking for, there's also ongoing work with the mobile responsive view of that web app. So welcome React developers or people interested in JavaScript generally. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Thad. And then I talked to Shuhan, and he's in clinic right now, so cannot update us on the Get Us PPE project. But if you're interested in connecting with that project, it's an effort across the country, really, but our contact is through Mass General Hospital to match hospitals and healthcare organizations that need personal protective equipment with people and suppliers that have it. You can join the Slack channel and get connected that way. So that being said, we now have all the different project rooms listed here. So if you're a regular, you can feel free to hop on over to the project of your choice. And then new folks can stay here. And after I get things situated and end the stream, I can go ahead and do orientation. Thanks so much for everyone, and happy hacking.
All right. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.